Hey, so welcome back to our series. We are talking about becoming. We are talking about ultimately that spiritual transformation, but we're talking about it inside of our kingdom business. So, specifically, becoming that kingdom CEO. How would a kingdom minded woman who operates her business like a chief executive officer? So, she operates her business with wisdom, with discernment, with stewardship, with respect. She looks at her marketing as ministry. She's ministering to people through her marketing. She looks at her sales as nothing more than inviting women into a transformative experience, but she understands she needs to earn the right to do that. So that's just a quick little review. She also seeks the Lord first every morning. Always, it's her top priority. And we talked about seeking in the opening episode of the series last time. So I'm going to skip over that a little bit, but it is the top priority of being a kingdom entrepreneur. Operating like a kingdom CEO means that every morning when my eyes awaken, I am seeking the Lord first. I understand that's where my wisdom comes from, my courage comes from, my strategy comes from, my discernment comes from, so that as the day comes on and I'm evaluating opportunities, investments, clients, coaching, having coaching experiences with them, I know that if I don't seek him first, I'm going to be compromised at every one of those stages. The clutter is going to enter in, the doubts are going to enter in, the worry is going to enter in at a level. I'm not saying they all go away, but they're going to enter in at a level that cause me to falter, that caused me to make mistakes, that caused me to get really discouraged, that caused me to get way off track, versus when I seek the Lord first, I'm able to stay the course. I'm able to say, oh, not that one. Okay, Lord, or ooh, I got to get on my knees about this one, whatever it is, but I'm able to walk through it with wisdom. So, today we're going to be talking about governing, self-governing. This is one of the highest qualities of a kingdom entrepreneur. Certainly, a kingdom CEO is going to operate with a lot of internal self-governing. We're going to talk about what that looks like and how to do that. I'm going to give you a couple very specific examples that I use. Not that you would want to maybe follow exactly what I do, but they're going to be able to give you an idea of how then you could become creative and then create it, customize it for yourself. First thing I want to share with you is a story about Dr. Miles Monroe, an incredible man of God. If you don't know his work, I highly recommend you check him out. But when he was talking about self-governing, he was really talking about self-leadership. And what I find often with clients who are afraid to step into leadership roles, even though there's a part of them that definitely knows they're called and qualified to do it, there's those voices of doubt. And one of the stories that Dr. Miles Monroe shared was about the jungle and the animals of the jungle. And he said, the he went through he said, why is the lion considered the leader of the jungle? And not just considered, he is the leader of the jungle. I mean, you think of Lion King, right? But why? Why is he considered the leader of the jungle? Well, Dr. Miles Monroe talked about because he's not the fastest, he's not the smartest, he's not the tallest, he's not the biggest, he's not, and he went on with a few more, and then he said, but guess why he's the leader of the jungle? Because he believes he is. And just the way he told it, it's such a powerful story about our belief. And when I find there's a very intimate, for me, correlation between my belief and my ability to self-govern. Because if I'm over here believing, oh, I'm just always cluttered, I'm always a mess, I'm always late, I'm always inconsistent, I always start out strong and then I stop. All of these things are speaking death over myself. All right. So there's a very big everything I just said. Some of you might be going, I can relate to those things. But wait a minute. If those things are true, then I really don't believe I can self-govern. So we've got to really talk about our beliefs when we are talking about self-governing. Now, one thing, I think probably the biggest idea when it comes to this concept of self-governing, some people might call it self-government. Dr. Miles Monroe used to say, we were never created to be externally governed, not by anyone, and not a government, not a spouse. We are to, because of our love for the Lord, we are to be governed by principles of service and love and passion and purpose. And those are the things that are guiding our ability to discern and be consistent and disciplined at whatever God has asked us to do. So I don't, you know, when I give you a couple examples that I'm going to give you shortly here, I don't do it that way because I fear punishment from the Lord or I don't feel I'm worthy of the Lord. I set up my life and my business this way because I am so in awe of his love for me. It is from that love that pours out that makes me want to be hungry for my God-given priorities, staying in alignment, and hungry for my relationship with him, and hungry for honoring him on a daily basis. Not because I think I'll be punished if I don't, or I'm not worthy if I don't, but because I love him so much, I want to. So the big idea here, most women think that they need more confidence to lead well, but really what we need is more self-governing. And that self-governing ability doesn't come from Gail. It comes from my relationship with the Lord, which was our first step, that seeking him first. Once I've sought him first in the morning, I go through my 6 steps that I have. And my last step in my seeking time with the Lord is, okay, Lord, what, and here comes my first example about self-governing. What are my 3 most important things you want me to do today? And then I'm going to get them done by noon. Now, let me clarify something. Maybe the Lord's called you to start a podcast. All right. Well, you're not going to finish the podcast by noon, but whatever step he wants you to take in investigating it, learning about it, buying something, creating your first 4 series that you're going to do, whatever it is, you can have a big piece of that done by noon. And so projects, we don't mean we're going to finish projects by noon, but we're going to finish a piece of whatever the Lord has asked us to do that day, whatever's most important in my business. Now, so that discipline right there has been a game changer in my business because the more I do that, it creates such momentum in my day, which creates momentum in my week, which creates momentum in my month. And I'm always looking at not where am I going to be busy today? Where am I going to be buzzing around? No. What is going to move the needle, Lord? What is most important that you want me to do? What is that one domino that if I could take care of that, wow, other things would start to fall into place. The second area, and that is self-governing ultimately produces the fruit of consistency, which produces that confidence that I can lead myself and I can step into leadership roles. Whether that's a speaking engagement, whether that is training, doing a workshop, whatever it is, having that more public facing role of leadership once it comes from the fruit of my self-governing. All right. So the second area, an example I want to give you is my weekly calendar. So for me, and again, this is just me, God has told me my first priority is him, seeking him first every morning. My second priority is my health, because without it, I can't serve my husband or my family. So those are all right. I can't be, I will, well, I just said it, so I won't say it differently. And then the third area is, so first the Lord, second my health, third family, my husband and my family. Fourth is my business. Okay. So how do I honor those God-given priorities? How do they get a protected space in my calendar every day so that my week goes well? The other part of this calendar is what is your dream calendar? Now, some of you have other responsibilities and things going on, and you've got to plug those things in. But my ultimately, when I was asked this, what is your dream week, Gail? My dream week was a 4-day work week and a 3-day weekend. And so I structured my life and business around that. And guess what? I became a much happier entrepreneur. So to me, that's how a kingdom CEO operates. She's saying, how would I be happiest most, thrive most, find the most energy? Well, for me, I find the most energy working Monday through Thursday and having Friday off. Um, for many, many reasons I won't go into right now. But so now when I'm looking at my 4-day work week, what are my priorities? So the first thing every day is the block of my God-given priorities. So what goes in there? My time with the Lord, walking, stretching, having my shake, and having some conversation with my husband. That all happens from about 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. So it is very rare. I will never book it. I don't ever have anything on my calendar outside of that, God, health, and family before 10 o'clock in the morning. Um, so now, um, so now between 10 and 5, sometimes it just depends. Like I do have one evening call on Wednesday nights right now. And so that's 6 to 7. So I may take a little bit of a break in the middle of the day, and I do take breaks for lunch, and I'll take a break to go outside and do a movement snack or something like that. But that block of priorities is most important. And then I go to, okay, now what am I going to get done between 10 and noon each day? It will always be what's most important because now I know the fruit and the power of getting those most important tasks done first. Because now I've got from 12 to 4 where I'm taking care of a lot of other things, but they're not all the most important things are already done. So I'm already winning. I'm already celebrating. I'm heading into my DMs or commenting on posts or connecting with people from a place of energy and fulfillment, not from a place of heaviness and doubt and worry. And guess what? You get to choose that. Self-governing is all about making powerful choices that the Lord has given us the freedom to make and not denying that freedom because it is right there in front of us. So, those are two things that have literally changed my business, structuring my work week with the God given priorities in them and the most important tasks in them. And that has brought the fruit of consistency because I've learned the power of doing those things again and again. And when I don't do those things, stress, overwhelm, discouragement, you name it, enters in. So governing was step 2, and we are going to get into connecting and inviting. They are marketing and sales is they are bedfellows, if you will. They are intimately connected. You really don't want to do one without the other. And I will give examples of people trying to do that. And you probably experienced that. Maybe you had a bunch of marketing, but no one ever invited you to something, or you had a bunch of sales but you didn't really feel nurtured with the marketing. So we'll be talking about that, nurturing and inviting next week. And I am inviting you at the end now also to spend a week with me. We're going to be talking about the 5 shifts. This is an overview. We're going to take it deeper and we're going to spend time together. And because you're listening, I'm inviting you to accept a complimentary upgrade to what I call the VIP experience every day of the challenge. So the challenge is the week of the 24th of August. We meet from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern, and the VIP experience will be immediately following that from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. You will get the replays, but during that VIP experience, we'll take what you were taught and start to implement it into your business and you're literally going to leave with action steps that you can take. In addition to that, we're going to be talking about what it would look like. What do you think you need in your business? And how do you identify with discernment what those needs are? So It will be practical and very helpful, and I hope you'll take me up on it because it is a gift to thank you for being an active listener, watcher, whether you're on YouTube, Apple, wherever you are. But you are much appreciated, and looking forward to connecting with you.